today's session. I'd like to use this opportunity, even as I moderate, to welcome you to the business school, and then for that matter, to your respective programs. I know that we have a number of one-year programs, and also we have the two-year MBA and EMBA as well, among others. So I'd like to use this opportunity whilst welcoming you to the business school, and also hoping that you're going to have a fruitful stay. We'll start our program by having our acting dean in the person of Professor William Kofi to come and give us his opening remarks. So, Mr. Dean, please, your audience.
Thank you, Prof. Yado. And good afternoon, good evening to everyone, depending on where you are. Some of you who will be up there in the north, it probably is good morning. Right, so let me add to what my colleague just said, that we are happy to have you here. We welcome you to the business school, to our graduate programs. I'm going to give you a bit of history about the business school for those of you who were not in this business school for your undergraduate, especially those who are joining us for the first time for their graduate studies. Please to know a bit of history about us and how our school is being structured and how we organize our school. So you have an idea what the orientation of our school is. You know, this school is 60 years old, and we are celebrating our 60th anniversary. Prof. Yado is the chair of this anniversary. So we have the business school as part of the University of Ghana in 1962, but before then we were a college on our own in Kumasi as College of Commerce. Then we came to Achimota in 1962. We joined the University of Ghana as part of the university. You know, the university itself is 75 years old. That is 1948, and we are preparing to celebrate our 75th, and we are 60 because we joined in 1962. Now, we used to be called School of Administration, but in 2005 was renamed as Business School in conformance with Global Convention, where we normally will find a school like us called Business School. So, and then we also move away from unit to become departmentalized as well. So it became a fully fledged faculty in 2005. So it became University of Ghana Business School. We have 6 departments within the business school. That is, we have Department of Accounting, we have Department of Finance, we have Department of Marketing and Entrepreneurship, we have Department of Operations and Management Information Systems. Then we have the Department of Organization and Human Resource Management. So these are the 6 departments. And then we have Department of Public Administration and Health Services Management. And very soon we'll couple Public Administration and Health Services as 2 separate departments. So there will be a 7th department that was going to be the decoupling of public administration as a department, and then we're going to have health services as a department. Now we have what you call UGBS Ed. UGBS Ed is a unit within the business school, which is, as ED means executive education, where we run short courses. We run certificate programs and training programs for industry and also those in academia who wants to fill certain gaps in knowledge. So again, it's one unit that you may have interaction with as you are here or when you graduate from here, we may reach out to you to be part of it. We also have an alumni unit. So we have a very strong relationship with our alumni. Recently, we have one of our alumni donating a car for the alumni unit so that we can reach out to our alumni. So once you graduate from here, you become part of us forever. You become part of UG and UGBS forever, for life. In terms of international relations, we have an international relations unit that champions our collaboration with foreign institutions and foreign organizations. What we are going to, yes, somebody says they are facing challenges joining. So the IT team, I can see 100 participants. Is it possible that we can expand the number of people joining? And I've seen 100 for a very long time, which means probably there's a challenge in terms of the limit. Now, this unit champions our collaboration with international organizations and institutions. For example, we are undergoing Triple Crown accreditation. What it means is that as a business school, there is free multinational quality assurance agencies, of which when you are part of it, is quite prestigious. So we have the AACSB, which is more of American based. Then we have the EQUIS, which is European, and then we have AMBA, which is global. Okay, doesn't matter wherever you find yourself. Now, we've been going through the process of being part of this quality assurance agencies and groups. We're almost done with AACSB, and we'll move to EQUIS and AMBA as well. It's a business school. We are also a member of an elite group of business schools called GNAM. So GNAM is a graduate network of advanced business schools, advanced management schools. So we are part of this group of business schools that involve Yale, for example, Howard. So we have these top international business schools that we are part of as a group. We also normally, until COVID, we're having these exchange programs and also taking our students to overseas, our postgraduate students to overseas. And this next year, we're going to do that. We started planning for that. So those of you who will be interested will be taken to US. We've been to Europe as well. By this batch, we'll be going to US. Most often we go to US universities where you take a course there. So we go to Yale, Princeton, Harvard, MIT. So we go to those, Howard, so those top universities and top business schools. And I know we are preparing. So those of you who will be interested, sometime early next year, February, thereabout, March, you'll be part of that group who will be going to US. So you have the opportunity to sit in a class at Princeton or at Yale or at Harvard or at MIT and take a course there, stay there for about 3 weeks. So you have the experience of being exposed to these top US universities. So that is on internationalization. So I will leave it for my other colleagues who have to present other aspects of the business school. When you come here, you see that we have the undergraduate campus on the main campus, and across the road is the postgraduate campus where you will be. So thank you for choosing UGBS. We are the premier business school. And of course, as you are here, you will see that you've taken the best of decision. You're going to have the best of academics who will be teaching you, the best in the country that you can have. You're going to see the quality that we're going to provide. You will save value for money actually. You are welcome. We have nice people here, nice support team. Our administrative team, they are available to support as well. So feel free and enjoy your stay here. Any challenges, let us know. We are here to serve you. I mean, you are the reason why you are here. If you are not there, we are not here. So you are the reason why we are here. So everything that we need to do or anything that we need to do to make your stay here happy, we are here to make you happy and enjoy the best of experience. So thank you for choosing us, and you are welcome. Yeah, over to you, Professor Fiado.
Thank you very much, Prof. Kofi, for that warm welcome and to making our students feel already getting into the steam of knowing UGBS and becoming part of UGBS. So at this point, we would like to call upon the ICT team and the ICT infrastructure team, and then headed by Mr. Eric Kemme, to walk us through a few of the things. In fact, as you would already know, we've come to the new age of doing things, and a lot of the things that you'll be going through and experiencing in the business school are going to be hinged on the ICT infrastructure. So things like sometimes how to get your slides, how to do your registration properly, make sure that your grades are reflecting, and everything will be on the ICT. So at this point, we'll call Mr. Eric Kemme from the ICT team, the head of ICT, to take charge, and he'll be supported by his able team members. So Eric, over to you, please.
Thank you, Prof. Good afternoon. Welcome to the presentation from the ICT team. I'm Eric Kemme, and I'm the head of ICT. Now, the ICT is made up of the head of IT and is supported by 8 support staff: the systems administrator, the network administrator, the webmaster, and then the technicians. Now, the ICT team provide general support to faculty, staff, and students. Now, when an issue comes to the team and it is beyond our mandate, we will normally go to UGCS for redress. Now, I'm going to show you the infrastructure that we have that supports teaching, learning, and research. The first that I want to show you is our lecture halls. We have 42 lecture halls, and these halls are fitted with ultramodern audiovisual technologies for teaching, learning, and research. All these lecture halls are connected with internet. The next is the library. We have 20 computers for learning and research, and these libraries are also connected with wired for desktop PCs and Wi-Fi for students. And here you can bring your laptops, you can bring your tablets, and you can also bring your smartphones to connect to the Wi-Fi that we have in the facility. Then we also have the computer laboratories. We have a modern computer laboratory that is at the undergrad level at the main campus, and this is fitted with 35 all-in-one computers. We also have spaces where students can bring their own devices and connect to the internet. We have an ICT lunch for postgraduates, and that can take about 120 computers. That takes about 120 computers. Students can learn and research at the ICT lunch. So you have the picture of the main campus computer lab, and then here we have the ICT launch at the graduate campus. The next thing that we want to talk about is the payment of fees. We all know that it's the payment of fees that makes you a student of the university. It's important that you pay the required minimum fee before you can register. If you want to know what the required minimum fee is, please visit the UG website and then look for the schedule of fees. And then you'll get the information on what the required minimum fee is for you to pay. Student number and PIN. Every student has a unique ID number and a PIN. Now, the ID number is made up of 8 digits and the PIN is made up of 5 digits. It's important that you know your ID and then you know your PIN so that in your interaction with faculty, sometimes you need to provide this when you are asked to provide them. Now, this ID and then the PIN can also be found on your admission letter. Academic registration online. Online registration is done via the MIS web, and we have the link here. https://prod.41/w99pkg.mi, and then you click on login. It takes you to the site where you can register. You will need to put in your student ID and your PIN in order to log in. When you successfully log in, you click on registration under the Student Enabler on the left side of the screen. Then you click on Accept, Rules and Regulations. The university has rules and regulations. And before you continue with your registration, you will have to read these regulations and then accept the regulations before you can continue your registration. Then you click on Submit Registration. Then you click on the qualification code, and it is indicated in color blue. Select registration for this qualification. Click on Save and Continue. Then you select your courses by clicking on the check boxes aligned on your course code and title. Then you click on Save and Continue to view the courses you have selected. Then you click on Continue to view the registration costs, and that is the academic facility user fee. Click on Accept Registration to complete registration. Finally, you click on printer-friendly formats and then print out your proof of registration. Now, at this point, let me stress this. Most students go through all this registration, and when they get to this point, they think they finished, and so they just leave it. You will have to print out the proof of registration. So if your laptop is connected to a printer, please print it out. If you don't have a printer, you can take a snapshot of the proof of registration on your phone. This is important because in the course of your life as a student, you want to, and you have issues with your courses, we will demand your proof of registration, and this will show us the courses that you selected or the courses that you intend to do. So it's important that you finally print out or take a snapshot of the proof of registration. It's very important. Then when you are done, you scroll down to the left side of the screen, click on Log Out, and then you exit. My other colleague will take you through the step-by-step process of registering your course online. And so please watch out for that. Email accounts. you would need to activate your email account that has been assigned to you. In your admission letter, you have an email given to you and a password. These are all default email and a password. Now, after you've paid your fees and you've done your registration, it is your duty to activate the email that has been assigned to you. And so you log in and change the password to your preferred password. If you have difficulty doing that, the ICT team will be available to assist. Continuing students need not go through this process again. Using Wi-Fi on campus. To access the Wi-Fi on campus, you are required to have the following. One, you need to have a valid student ID and PIN. You must have paid your fees and done academic registration. Then you connect your device to your device, that is your laptop or your phone, and then you turn on the Wi-Fi. Tap or click on the student. Then type in the student ID as username and PIN as password. Then you click on connect. Other system used online. We have the Microsoft Teams, which is the one that the main university recognizes for us to use for our online services. We also have Zoom. We have Cisco WebEx. We have Classroom, Google Classroom, etc. So depending on what your lecturer wants to use to engage with the students, these are some of the services that we use for in UG. Installing and using of Microsoft Teams. Students must have a device with camera and microphone to be able to join a class. It's important that you download and install Microsoft Teams. Then you register, that is, you sign up for a Microsoft account, either the Outlook or in Hotmail. It's important to get conversant with the Microsoft Teams functionalities before beginning lectures. You can practice this with a friend, or you can contact the ICT team for support. It's important that you test your microphone and camera before joining the class. Always make sure that your phone is on mute before joining the class. Then you unmute your microphone whenever you want to ask a question or want to make a contribution in a class. As part of our mandate as ICT team, we are supposed to provide support to students. And so we have a general help desk support for students. Students' academic issues can be channeled or submit to us. And we have created a Google form where you can send your issues and we will look at it and then we will sort it out for you. Now, the good part about our support is that when you have a problem and you send it to us and we resolve your problem, we will call you on your phone and we will take you through the process as to how you can resolve if you have to do it yourself, or if it is something that we have to do as an ICT team, we'll do it, but then we'll call you when it is done. That is the type of support that we give. And we are always available. When you send it to us, we'll make sure that you get the response in no time. So these are the links that we have where to send your complaints. Click on this form and then send us the complaint. We will work on it. Thank you. Then we also have a WhatsApp number. And this is the number that we have. You send us the issues through this WhatsApp. We will respond to you in no time. The number is 05007 38053. Let me repeat. 050738053. So any student that has issues, please contact the help desk, and we promise you that we will attend to your issue in no time, and we'll get back to you when we are done. Now, if the IT team cannot resolve the issue that we have, that you sent to us, as I told you, we'll refer it to the UGCS. But as I said, we will get back to you when it is done. We also have FAQs, where we've been able to give some of the response to some of the issues that students have brought to us. And so, for instance, if we have somebody says that I have forgotten my MIS web PIN, how do I retrieve it? We have a response for you that says that after typing your student ID on the MIS web, click on Forget PIN. The PIN will be sent to your student email account. So anybody that has this issue about forgetting your MIS web PIN, you just have to go to your MIS web page, click on Forget PIN, and then a PIN will be sent to your email account. Another one is, what do I do if my MIS web PIN does not come to my student email account? You contact the help desk for support via this link or via this form. Click on the form and tell us the issue, and then we will resolve it and then get back to you. I repeat, when we resolve, we will call you and tell you that we've resolved the issue. And if it's something that we have to help you, stay online and help you go through it. So I have forgotten my MIS web password. How do I retrieve it? On the password page, click on Forget Password. A temporary password will be sent to your student email account. Use this temporary password following the instruction on the screen to reset your MIS password. We also have frequently asked questions. I've forgotten my student email account. And the response is refer to your admission letter for the email address and initial default password. Then contact the help desk via this form, and they will help you resolve the problem that you're talking about. And then we will also give you further assistance if needed. And so this is, in the nutshell, the presentation from the ICT team. My other colleague will also take you through the rest. Over to you, Madam Moderator. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eric Keme, for taking the students through. And I guess a number of them would most likely be reaching out to you, because I see notices here where some of them says that the system keeps on rejecting the password given them and redirecting them to the administrator. So I believe that may be something we'll have to work. One thing I'd love to add as we go on, though, is that even as the ICT infrastructure is available, a number of the students deploy them. And so this is an opportunity to let you know that you have a duty to at least periodically check your portal, grades, etc. Now, to be able to make our lives even easier, we're going to have Mr. Kwame Entry, the Systems Administration and Support for the Students body, who will then take us through a short presentation as well. So, Mr. Kwame Entry, over to you.
Thank you, Prof. Fiado. Actually, I'm the one stepping in for ENG and my other colleague, Mr. Anthony Kosa. So I would like to use this opportunity to greet all of you and say welcome to University of Ghana Business. So now what I want to do is that my boss did well to take you through the slides, most of them. That's the theory bit. I want to just go ahead and do a demonstration on how some of these registrations are done and where you can find certain information at hand. All right. So I'm going to share my screen now and I'll take you through one by one. I can also see that a lot of the questions are coming on the YouTube live stream. Please hold on to it. You can also add more questions when it gets to the question and answer time. We'll get them all answered. All right, thank you very much. All right, now, so my boss did talk about the online registration. What mostly happens is that after you've gone through fees payment and you have been given access to the online portal to register, normally after you come to the university website, most of the times you're going to use the business school website. So if you come to the university website like this, let me just quickly use this one as an example for you. When you come to the university website like this, under this top navigation, you see staff, students, alumni. So since you're a student, you come to students, then you click on MIS Web. So you click on this MIS Web, and I'm sure my boss mentioned this link. This is where you come. By default, the first option choosing a student. So you don't need to go to personnel, order, or alumni. You just have to stay in the student section. You input your student number, which was mentioned in the slide earlier, and which is an 8-digit number, and you also enter your PIN, which is a 5-digit number. So once you enter these numbers here, you click login. So now I'm going to show you a pictorial version of it. Ideally, when you log in, just like I was saying, you use this link from the University of Ghana website. You click on MIS Web. Let me probably increase so that everybody can see it. Yes, yes. Let me see. This is okay. I think this is better. So once you input your 8-digit student number and the 5-digit PIN, you click on login. And the first thing you see, like mentioned in there, was some regulations which will appear. You read them and you click accept. Once you accept the registration, then you click on submit registration. That is the one highlighted here. Once you click on submit registration, the next thing you see is the qualification code. Okay, so then you choose your qualification code. For example, if it is EMBA, you see a code like this, EMBA, okay, with a digit attached to it. So then you click on register for this qualification. Once you do that, the next step is you click save and continue. So when you click save and continue, as highlighted here, you see your courses appearing. You see a list of courses. Okay, so ideally what you do is that you would have the list of courses you're supposed to register from the program managers. And what you do is that you go through the course you're supposed to register for a particular semester, which is going to be the first semester. You select them by clicking the checkboxes. Okay, so once you are done with that, you are going to accept registration, just like what is done down here, and you proceed to the next. So you could click on accept registration. Ideally, it's going to show you a summary of your proof of, how do you call it, cost and all that. Then what you do next is to print this proof of registration you are going to get at the end. Okay, so I remember my boss was emphasizing the fact that the registration doesn't end here, but make sure you click on printer-friendly formats. That gives you a preview of your proof of registration where you can print if you have a printer in your office at home, or you can save as a PDF and save it in your mail on your phone. Okay, so now I think I'll leave this because the fees part was already mentioned. So that's how you do your online or academic registration after you successfully gotten your fees paid, gotten your admission letter, and things like that. All right, so the next thing we want to do is to move on to our university websites and other information that was mentioned I want to look at. Now, if you come to the UGBS website, I think I have to zoom back to where it was. Okay, 100%. This is the UGBS.ug.edu.gh website. Okay, so when you come here, this is the very home page, which has a lot of information for you to look at. Now, mostly what are the important things that you're needing to look at? I'm sure most of you already came to the program side to look at some of the programs that we offer for you to review here. So here we also have the department that shows you all the various departments and information about them also here. If you want to know more about your department and the faculty, your department, you can click on their profiles. You can ideally go to faculty by department like this, for example. So if you choose maybe accounting department, it loads all the faculty in accounting. Then maybe you can read about a particular faculty or lecturer who is going to take a particular course that you have registered. All right, so you can also look at faculty by profile. So maybe if you know a particular faculty, you can just go to get their name. Now, this tab is the research tab where we have most of our publications, the career research, seminar series, and a lot of other information about research also down here where you can watch for research purposes. So this side, I would leave this side because we have our librarian here who's going to take you through the UGBS library and some other things we also have to support research and learning, the university also. So I'm not going to talk much about that. Now, one other important I want to show you is that when you are scrolling down the homepage, you can see here on the sidebar, we have other links to our programs. But when you come here, we also have the links to our online registration, just like I took you through, okay? So basically, you get to the same information, but that's what I want to talk about. Frequently asked questions. My boss also mentioned this in the previous slide, and this is where you see it. So when you come to the homepage, you, for example, once you are here, you click on frequently asked questions, or if you find yourself on the footer section of the website, you can click on this and you go to frequently asked questions. So on the frequently asked questions page, what you have is that you can search for a particular problem, and if it's in the list, it will pop up. Okay. But first of all, I would just hope that maybe most people will just go through to see if the problem that they have has been captured here and the solutions underneath. So if it says, well, what do I do if my MIS web pen does not come to my student's email account? All right, so all you have to do is click on this plus, and it shows you that it says what, contact the help desk support via this link. Okay, so this is actually a Google form, which when you click on it, to bring you to this particular form I've already opened. Have a student issues form, which is a Google form. To require you to sign in with your Gmail, your student's ID, the name, the email address. You choose masters, you specify the program, the phone number, and the problem type. So if it has to do with email, if it has to do with our Sakai LMS or MIS web, you choose that and submit. And I also want to emphasize on the fact that once you submit this, I know it joins a whole queue of requests that we have, but we do our best to solve all of them according to the time you submitted them. So just have patience, and once you submit, do make sure that we call you after that. All right. So someone says the inscriptions are too tiny. Okay. I'm sure probably has to do with the image demonstration I was showing. Okay. So I'll do my best to increase my screen if, or zoom into my screen if it's too small. All right, so going back to FAQs, this is where you can find a lot of frequently asked information. Okay, so can't log into Sakai. What do I do after login registration of courses? After online registration of courses, log into Sakai with your ID number as a username and PIN as password. So if you encounter login issues, you also contact us and help resolve these issues for you. Right. Now, also down here, you could have the link to the same IT support form that I mentioned earlier. Down here, and once you click on it, you will get access to the form. These are links to our social media channels where we have the Twitter, the Facebook, and the Instagram, so you can follow us to know almost everything that is happening in your school. All right. If we move from here, then what I want to show you is that if you come to the graduate website, okay, which is sgs.ug.edu.gh. Mostly, we have some important things here that you need to know. When you come to thesis menu side, for example, you have a lot of information about, thesis writing format and things like that. So all these are important things that you should be checking out. You also have handbooks. Okay, so for example, master's programs for humanities, I think I open it here. So it's something also, if you have time, you can check it out as a student. It's very important for you to look at. All right. Also, they have numbers here that you can call if you have any issues regarding your stay. They also have quick links, which some of them are very important. We have the UG periodizing policy, tenancy usage guidelines, and other important information that if you go through them, you'll be able to get access to all this information. Now, we've gone through the online registration, gone through the FAQs. Okay, we've gone through this also. So my boss did mention the slide about the student email. Okay, so with the student email, what also happens is that once you get your admission letter, it's actually a Gmail or Google account. So once you get your admission letter, you can just go to Gmail. Okay, so just like you go to Gmail, you want to sign in with Gmail, and what happens is that once you input the email, okay, once you input the email, you go to next. They give you a temporary password in your admission letter where they're going to use that temporary password. Once you just log in with that, you have the opportunity to change the password to your own preferred password. Okay, and mostly if students encounter the problem where you input a particular email and it says the email, Google doesn't recognize that email, you can also get back to us on it. It means that probably either you're typing it wrongly or there has been a mistake in the spelling of the email, okay, or maybe the email has not been created. With that one also, once you come to this form, which I see some of you already posting on YouTube about emails, if you get back to us with issues like that, we'll help resolve all these things. Okay, so let me quickly look at this slide to make sure that I've not left it out. All right, so I think the next thing is Sakai elements. So I'm going to invite another colleague. Yes, I'm going to invite another colleague to come and take us through the Sakai elements before our moderator brings the librarian to continue. So I think that's where I'll leave you. Prof.
Yes, thank you very much. So who is taking over from the Sakai bit before the librarian? You did indicate. So per the schedule we have.
Yeah,
So who is
my name is Yusuf.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
you can call me Elijah, that's my common name.
Okay, so you.
That's your friend Elijah.
Please.
Thank you.
Oh, Elijah. Okay, when you say Elijah, then we are good. Now that's the name I know. Elijah, over to you.
Yes,
now.
madam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Good evening once again. My name is Elijah. I'm part of Sakai team, and I'm the current head of Office of Ghana IC Support. This is charge of learning design. For the next 20 to 30 minutes, I'll take you through how to use Sakai. Sakai is a learning management system. Learning management system is a platform or online application basically used for teaching, learning, and research. What it means is, Office of Ghana has adopted a platform called Sakai. Sakai is just a name of the platform. So students, once you register as a student, when you register your academic course, automatically you enroll on the course site, Sakai. So all your courses are already on Sakai as a student. Your faculty or your lecturers upload documents such as PowerPoint slides for lecture, reading materials, videos, assignments, discussing forums, tests and quizzes, schedule, and the rest. Most of your assignments are going to be on Sakai. So please make sure that as a student of University of Ghana, visit Sakai at least twice every day. Although announcement will send through your email. And don't forget to link to your student email all the time. Every information from University of Ghana, from the courses, from the faculties, from the school, send through your student email address. So make sure your account is active, very, very active, and you visit all the time, at least twice a day, so that you miss any assignment. One important thing about Sakai is that assignments are timed. So if you mix the time, means you have lost marks. I'm going to take you through how to use Sakai. Just open any browser of your choice, either Mozilla, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, or Chrome, and so on and so forth. So when you open the browser, I'm opening one browser now. Just go to the address bar or the URL, type Sakai. Sakai is, I have to share first. So let me share my screen. Let me share my screen first. Okay, hope you can see my screen now. So you go to any browser, then type Sakai is S-A-K-A-I, Sakai, S-A-K-A-I, .ug for University of Ghana, .edu for edu, .gh for Ghana. So the address is Sakai, which is S-A-K-A-I, .ug.edu.gh. You also find the same thing on the University of Ghana site, Ghana homepage. Find Sakai there. Just click on it and you see a page like this. The same thing. Either you type in the URL or go to UG website, get the first page like this. And this is the home page for Sakai. On your right side, you see welcome message from Sakai administrator. Then take you through something quickly, or tell you something quickly. You see 1018 status. 1018 is used to check any document you submit through Sakai. It matches any work you have copied online. It's a plagiarism checker. So whatever assignment which is given, go through Sakai, will go through 1018 to check the originality of your work. If you have copied somebody's work, 1018 will show. So as a graduate, you make sure any work you copy, paraphrase, or you phrase and cite the source. When you copy and paste, it's going to show similarity index. It's going to go against you. Once you are moving, I'll tell you what the percentage requirement for University of Ghana student. So whatever you, anytime you are giving assignment, whatever you get from the internet, please make sure you paraphrase, not your own work, and you see what, cite the source. Okay. Now the next one is reset your password. On the left side, you can change your password. For a student or a staff of the University of Ghana, use your student ID and your PIN. Your ID is your username, your PIN is your password. Your ID, the 10 something user ID, and your PIN, that's 5 characters, your password. Although you can change the password, and make sure you don't change it anyhow. The same PIN you are using for MIS Web. If you change the Sakai PIN or MIS PIN, it doesn't sync each other. So don't think that when you change your PIN from the MIS, when you go to Sakai, it works. No. The PIN works if you haven't changed anything. No platform. But when you change one, Don't think it works on another one. Okay. That is the password. Now let's see how to log into Sakai. On your right side of the page, the top right corner, see user ID and password. And as I said, user ID is what your student ID. So I'm going to use my ID to log in. 111. This will be like 10 something. And the password is your PIN. I have changed mine, so I'm using what? My PIN, my personal password to log in. You say log in. When you log in for the first time, you see your initials at the top right corner of the page. And on the left side, you see home. Under home, you see overview, profile, membership, and the rest. Then, another part of the page, you either see course you have registered or you see anything, right? So we'll come back to that one later on, how to access your registered course. But before that, let me give you how you can Sakai. Under home. Under home, you have overview, membership, profile, and the rest. The profile here helps you as a student to enter your details, enter your picture in the Sakai. Right? You can see my picture is displayed here. If you want to add your picture, you can just move what the picture is. Click on change picture, go to choose file, change what the picture is, and what just go to your site. And anytime you go to your site, anybody who is linked to on Sakai will see your picture displayed there. Right? You can also add your personal information by going to the position or profile. You see edit, click on edit and enter your details. Yeah. When you're done, just click on save changes. You can also add your social media handles here. Social networking. Go to edit, enter your social networking. Yeah. Then click on save changes. This ones are optional. You can decide to use it or not. Okay. Now, the next one is membership. The membership allows you to join a joinable course or unjoin a course. A joinable course is a free course, which you can join as a student. For example, there's a course called RCOM. RCOM is basically used to turn it in. So if you are given an assignment, or you submit the assignment, take it through RCOM, check it to see if your work is what? Okay, before you submit through the normal what? Course site, right? So if you are a student here and you want to join the RCOM, on top of the page, you see search. So when we have search, just type RCOM, RCOMM. Then click on search. You see RCOM. I'm having two RCOMs here. You have joined what? Two RCOM. This one is this one. Current one is here. So when you see more than one RCOM, check the current date. So you see the academic year, second semester. The academic year, you have the semester 2. You have one academic year 21. This is the current one. Because I've already joined, you see up here on join selected. So if I click on the checkbox, I can unjoin this course, right? So if you have not unjoined, if you have not joined already, when you click, you see what? Join selected is. So when you click, you join this site. And this RCOM will help you check your work anytime you want to submit. So that it will be that plagiarize somebody, so have copied somebody's work. So able to do original work. Anytime you are given an assignment, before you submit, for the deadline, go to RCOM, submit your work, check their report, right? Before you submit through the normal course site. Good. I'll take you through how to work through the 10. Yes, let's move to account. These are the two important things. Now, to Make sure your name is correct, your email address is correct. You can only do it at what? Account under home. You can also change your password under home. For example, maybe a friend will have seen your password of Sakai. That's your PIN. You can change it here. Right? To change it, you go to modify. Then you can see your name. It's allowed you to see that's your first name. Last name is with you. If your name is correct from here, you can modify your name or change your name. Check your email address. If your email address is not correct, you receive any email from Sakai. You receive any, you cannot check your tell it in to get the results. So all the time, make sure the email address is correct and your name is correct. You can what? Modify your ID. If you change anything here, make sure enter your current what? Password, which is your PIN. Before you click on what? Let's see, as you have changed anything, I enter my what? My PIN or the password. Then you see what? Update options is active. If it's off, it will be active. You can also update anything you see. If you make changes, you want to update it, enter your PIN or the password, right? And click what? Update changes. If you want to change your password, enter the current password, you want type here and here. And click on what? Update. This is how to what? Modify your profile. Modify your profile. Now let's go to a course site. All the courses you have registered in the semester, once you register your course on MIS, on Sakai. If the course is not on your home screen, at the top right corner of the page, there are 9 dots here. When you move your pointer, you see view all sites. View all sites. Click on view all sites, and the course you have registered in the semester are displayed here. And they are arranged according to the academic. So you can see we have semester 2, 21, 22. So the current course I have. All the ones with the yellow star, they are my what? My favorite course. They are the ones you see on your screen. So if you want to see all the courses you are present in the semester, if you are not checked already in this yellow star, you have to check it yourself. For example, if I want to add CSI to 208, I'll just check like this. Then at the top right corner, you see this star, this black star or time symbol. Just click on it. Now you see reload to what? See updated favorites. So when you click, it will be part of what? Your favorites. Right? The ones you don't want, just go there and uncheck. Don't want this one. We don't want this access course too. Once you move these ones from there, then I say, click on this time sign, reload. All the access courses are gone, right? Okay, now we have created a course site called Student Sakai Training. The one I'm going to use to take you through how to use Sakai. And every student must go there to learn it yourself. I'm just going to do introduction. Going to learn it further. Please join that course by going to home. Go to membership. Search for Student Sakai Training. You can just student, and you can what? Just check, search for it. So you just click on it and join. Right? So you become part of this course. You can also search for the course you have registered for through the same process. They are not on the screen. Right? So I search for the courses through going to home, going to membership, type the course code, maybe UGBS 602. When you click on search, you find it there. right? I'm looking for what? Student Sakai training. Where's a joinable course you can join? So click on search. You can join this one, right? Or you can go to joinable set. Find all the joinable courses here that you can join. Joinable is up here. So find all the joinable, you can join the course here. But normally, you load all fresh students the course site. So if it's not there, look for it and join yourself. So it's a kind of training, right? And these are the courses you have registered for the UGBS 102, MF. That's your course code, right? Okay. Now let's use the training guide. Just click on it once. Now on the left side, you see all the tools on Sakai. Now because it's a learning portal, we have added some tools you cannot find on the course site, right? So you can see topic 1, topic 2, and the rest. Of course, I only see overview, syllabus, announcement, grade book, resources, discussion forum, assignments, and quizzes, and the rest. You will see the topic 1 unless your lecture what is a lesson to design the course. Okay. Now you find the course information on the home page and the overview. For example, you have to Sakai, this is the home page. You have a video about Sakai here. When you click it, what starts showing you. We have a stored script of what Sakai is about down here. That videos and so similar you are going to find on the course site. Now, after that one, you go to syllabus. Normally, your course syllabus is what? Displayed here. So when you click on this, you see the complete syllabus here. You can click to open to see the content of your course syllabus. When you click, start downloading. So most lecturers load their course syllabus under syllabus. And you must know the contents of your course what? The semester. Or to know what you are going to study because of the semester. Right? So you click what? To download the course syllabus and go through yourself. Then you have announcement. Every information from Sakai go through announcement. Mostly it will come through your email. If the lecturer refuses to select an option, it will come through email. So when you go to Sakai, anytime you go to Sakai, go to announcement to see what is there. If there's an announcement, a test, or a forum, or any other thing, it's going to be an announcement. So make sure you go to announcement, to read the announcement. If you have any information, what you miss. Sakai has its own time. It means the Sakai time, you have made the assignment for the activity. So make sure you go to announcement at least every day or twice a day. See if the lecturer has not put anything there. Right? Okay. Now let's move to resources. Resources is whereby you see your course materials. All the reading materials plus videos we load under resources. So you can see what lecture notes. It means all your PowerPoint you are displayed here. Click to download, right? You can go back to the main page. You have Sakai training what review here. You have reading materials here that you can read from your lecture. And if you told that files or documents have been loaded here, we have been loaded. Let me have another what video here about Sakai. You can watch. So all your reading materials plus videos, articles, and so on and so forth, and the resources. Go there and what? Read them and read for academic work. All your documents, reading materials, lecture presentation, and the resources. Okay. The next one is discussion forum. Discussion. I can give you a topic for discussion. For example, look at this one. You have what? Conventional face-to-face classroom teaching and learning, practice achievable learning outcome for student and technological based distance learning, or online teaching and learning, discuss. This is a topic for discussion. And every topic is awarded marks, maybe 10 marks or 20 marks. You can see full description here of that what? Forum or discussion. So make sure you read everything. Then for you to contribute to the discussion, click on the title, face-to-face of online learning. Just click on it. So just click on it. Then up here, you see start new conversation. Now for forum, if you don't post, you see what your friend has posted. And normally, after you have posted, you have to comment on your police or your mate posting to get more marks. Forum for discussion, you have to post and comment. If you don't post, you see everybody's what? Post. And for you to post, click on what? Start new conversation. Click on start new conversation. And you have to type your title from the topic for discussion. Type your title, maybe what? Face-to-face and online learning. That can be what? Your topic. Right? Then the reason either you support online learning or face-to-face, type it here. I type it in Microsoft Word, copy and paste, and you post. I don't know. So just type whatever you have typed, Microsoft Word, copy and paste, and see what? Post. And as soon as you post, you see your mates. You see, once your mates have posted, you can read and what? Comment on it. Right? You can read your friends posting or your mates posting. After you have read, click on reply. You can comment. So forum, the more you respond, the more marks you get. That's for forum. When you post, you can delete, you can edit. So before you post into a forum, make sure you are doing the right thing. Right? That's forum. The next one is assignment, which is very important. And as graduate student, you are going to use the assignment portal at all costs. Right? So for assignment, you see the assignment title. Now we have assignment 1. Click on the title, student. Because I've already submitted one assignment, you can see what? Submitted. Let's say I can decide to open what assignment, multiple submission. You can submit one and another. For example, if you are to assign multiple submission, right? And you see the assignment instruction here. These 5 Sakai tools that you have learned on this course. State how useful these tools for your academic work. So you have to type the information here, right? Or you can what? Type it in Microsoft Word and attach. To attach, click on what? Choose file. Locate where the file is. Just click on the file. Then we say open. Right? Then we say what? Proceed. I say submit. So when you are given assignment, go to the assignment tab, make sure you go to the course in which you have been given assignment, and go to the assignment tab, click on assignment title, read the instruction, then submit. For this one, it has 10 marks, that is 10 points, right? And the assignment submission is what? 10 December. It's not a submission period. Due date is what? 29 December. So make sure you check the due date before. If you don't check it and it closes before you submit, it's not possible. So make sure you submit your assignment on time. Don't wait till what? The last hour. That should be in trouble, right? That's assignment. Let me go over the assignment again. So for the assignment, when you go to the course site, on the left side, there are tools there. Overview, syllabus, schedule, assignment, announcement, videos, and the rest. Just click on assignment. Then you see the active assignments. The first one is active, assignment 1. Then sometimes you even see this text box here. You only see what? Attachments here. So the work we have done, just was submit it here. To submit wrong assignment, just remove it. Right? You can submit the correct one. Look at this symbol here. It means this will go to 10. So when I submit here, it will check for the original of your work. So to submit your work, click on what? Choose file. Get the file you want to submit. Click on it and click open. Right? Then go to proceed. Then you say submit. I have submitted your work. After you have submitted, it's like 30 minutes, 1 hour or 2, depending on the speed or the network, right? Then you see your tentative report. So I'm going to show you tentative report, right? Let me choose another course site. Network is a bit slow. I'll show how the tentative is like and how you can what? Check your report. Okay. So to see your tentative report, the same outcome that you use to submit your work, for example, I've submitted my work to outcome, go to outcome, go to assignment. Look for outcome. Then you go to assignment. Well, assignment, just click on it. Here's a report. It's a tentative report. It uses color coding, right? If it's red, it's between 70 and 100. If it's blue, So if it's pink, between 60 to 70, it is yellow, that order. Then from green to blue is okay. Now you are supposed to get 20% and below. So guys, this one is for 11.3, this one is okay. 20% and below. So after submitting the work, wait like 1 hour, go back and click on this color. This is green color, and I spread yellow. Click on it. It's open eternity interface. This is my report. And you can see the 11 on the left side. So this is the report. And none of the source should be more than what? 2%. So this one is okay. It's 111 and negative 1. If any of these sources is more than 2%, it means you have to work on it. And to work on it, you have to download this document. Let me show you something. You can see the highlights. This is red or pink color. When you go through, you check all the parts which are selected, either red or yellow. They should change all the red, the pink, and the yellow portions. Your work. It means it matches somebody's record, like this one. This will look like corporate work, right? So look, you paraphrase all this portion of your work and what? Resubmit it. And before you can paraphrase this, you have to download it first. You can't work in this, is just a report. You can't work in this document. It's just a report. You can't work in this document. You can just use this one to compare to the original work and paraphrase the portion which is highlighted. So to download, on this side of the page, this one, download. Just click on it. And click on current view. Right? Click on download and current view. To download for you, and you see the report. You don't have much time, so you just have to use this one. This one is what? It's downloading. Then go to another two. Somebody is waiting for another presentation. Now let's go to the course site and take you through tests and quizzes. If you are to what? Do a test quiz. When you go there, you see the active test, right? So this is active test. Click on it. Well, normally it's a password. So enter the password. The password will work. So make sure you get the correct password. I'll change the password. So that's test and quizzes. Help you what your test. Now this one is to blend degree take you. It's important than the. So maybe one day we'll find time to take you through the technique in detail. So I will end here for the library to come and take you how the library system works. Thank you very much.
Hello, thank you. Thank you, Elijah. I see someone who says he has not received his official admission letter. Well, that is possible. There could be a number of reasons. Barring any systemic issues, once you make payment and you have been updated fully in the system, a trigger will be made and then the system will take time to generate. So what you can do now is to periodically, may I ask which program you belong to, Ernest? You can type it in the box, which program you've applied for. So whilst we wait for Ernest to come in, I think the next team that officially should be on my calendar should be, I believe, somewhere the library team. Or I think Ms. Constance Dunford, are you around, please? I believe there was a slot for general help desk for students. And I believe the presentation for Kwame also, did it capture the network, or that one will be a separate item? IT. Yes, hello. Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Areas for Kwame and sponsors are covered already by, so that's fine. We'll move straight to, yes,
So
we'll move straight to the university library.
To the university library. Thank you. So
The
for
full
university
library.
library facilities and resources for students, would have Mr. David Ojawu. So Mr. David Ojawu, the floor
Yes.
is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Prof. And good evening to our cherished students. My name is David Ojiao, school librarian. And what I'm going to do now is a brief introduction to the facilities we have in the library or in the school. First, physical facilities. We have two libraries. One, the main campus here, that's the KE library. And then the other one at the graduates block, which is the Talu Library. That is in terms of physical structures. We are doing this exercise briefly to introduce you to what you can get in terms of resources to make work enjoyable, like in the school, in the course. Remember, I didn't say it to make it easy, but to make it enjoyable for you. For instance, if you know how to get the right material, authentic material, know how to filter information that you get the best out of it, you know how to get your textbooks, all those, that we will be able to should be able to go through this course and enjoy the course. Right, we all know that these days everything is about information, not only just information, but the right information. And so here, the University of Ghana have a library system which comprises of all the libraries we have on campus. Almost all libraries, departmental libraries, school libraries, colleges. And so if you know how to make a good set, which will take you through, not today, then you should be able to retrieve information anywhere in the library system. So for instance, if you are doing something on health administration, let's say health administration, you might make a set and find out that there's this material that you like to read, but it's at the public health library. Because you know how to search where you'll be able to get the information that will lead you to get that information, or the book at the public health library. So we'll help you this. In fact, what we are doing now, like I said, in the near future, very, very soon, you should be able to organize yourself, get your, whoever is your class monitor, through your faculty lecturer, should be able to organize instructional lessons for you, which may take 2 hours or depending on the time. We are going to actually take you through how to make search, how to search our databases, how to introduce you to all the databases we have in the university, the ones that we pay, subscribe, and the other ones to that. And even introduce to how you can get good information from have a Google, they are tough, but then if you know how to use the Boolean operators, you can be able to make good search and get academic peer review material or. So we're going to take you through this. We're going to take you through referencing, how to referencing the various reference, Mendeley, the EndNote, how it works. That we're going to take you to how to do good academic writing. I will take you intensively into Sakai, that how to check your against plagiarism. What allowed you yesterday, we're going to take you to that, what the colors means, and then what you can do safe plagiarism. Meanwhile, you can go to the university page, the website, look at policies, and start reading about the university policy on plagiarism. So that's, we're going to take you through that too. One important thing that you would like you to do is to help you register for off-campus access. I mean, our databases, once you move out of campus, you'll not be able to access them. You have to register off-campus. So when you find yourself in, you are a businessman, you are in China, you are in Olga, you are in Sudan, whatever, you can still access our databases and download very good materials for your work. We'll also assist you to register for past questions. So you don't troop library, you don't come physically running after someone, but at your home, you can be able to assess past questions and then know how the questions. I don't encourage students to study. If the student want to study past questions, just give you access to how you can look at the past questions that do what is good. So the special lessons will come. Please, as early as possible, I'm going to sort of contact the lecturers, and then we're going to get it and then start the various instructional lessons so that, like I said, we have so much information here that the university pays so much out of school fees that we pay, and we need to access them. At the end of the day, we only not taking you through how to get information for examination, so then we help you to master how to get reports and what have you. And need some reports, sample reports for your work. Wherever you find yourself, this is what we'll be doing. So, like I said, I'll pause here. It's much of time, but I'll get back to you, get your email addresses, information needed for us to put you online. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you very much, Sir David, for those insights into how to make use of our library facilities. Okay, so at this point, I believe we are opening the floor for questions, challenges. I see for quite a number of the students, they still have challenges registering online. Some say they actually have the admission letters, but getting into the portal, they get in there and nothing seems to be reflecting for them to make selections, etc. So there have been a few of such complaints. So may I know which one of our IT personnel would be in a good position to at least address some of these issues? Some, yes, once the payment has been made available to the unit, it will go through a systems process and then the letter will be generated. So I see one is Bahum with a hand raised. And let's see, you can unmute and then speak. So Isaac.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is it good afternoon? Good evening. Yeah. Please, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes,
my
we can
program.
hear you.
Yeah, the second orientation, that's the experience. It wasn't clear at all. The sounds were not coming.
Which one?
The live session, when the one who just finished.
Okay, the library.
The library.
Yeah, the sound was coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a recording. We believe we'll make that available to you so you can take your time and then.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Thank
I see. You're welcome. So I lower the hand. I see Fred Kelly. So Fred.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Fred, can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good evening.
Yes,
good evening, Fred.
Good evening.
Please, I want to find out about our lectures regarding online, because we, from the very beginning, I think we were all made to believe that we'll be having face-to-face lectures and stuffs like that. But the information we are getting before this orientation, it looks like most of our lectures is going to be online, not face-to-face. So I would like to find out if you can help us understand more about how our lectures is going to be scheduled, whether face-to-face or maybe online, and then we'll get to know what to do. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Fred. So on the cuff of it, what it means is currently in view of the compressed calendars, and especially for the business school, what it happens is that we seem to have a lot, and then also because of the WASI, which brings in our, should I say, fresh or incoming undergraduate students somewhere in January. What it means for a number of units then will be that either we cancel the entire academic year, but then it ends up also causing existing programs to clash. And so for this November, as we started now, the idea is that as much as possible, it's going to be a nuanced approach. So for a number of faculty, depending on where they are currently in view of the changed calendar, you're likely to have more of virtual lessons. And for those who are available on site, they are likely to arrange. So for this season, it's going to be based on the physical availability of the faculty to be able to handle on-site or online lessons. So each course is likely to have a nuanced approach. It's not a blanket approach to it. And then, of course, by the time we stabilize into the system, we're going to have, so in fact, what I can say is that it is a blended one. Some are going to have a blend of online and offsite, and some, depending on, like I said, in time, likely to have mostly online or virtual engagements. And so that's what we're going to have. I hope that helps you. Okay,
Yeah,
so I see
let me also add, Prof. Theodore, to what you just said. You know, during the COVID, we're still easing the COVID restriction. Sometimes we get a bit of spike on campus because of the numbers. So the university hasn't entirely lifted the COVID restrictions because of our numbers and sometimes the issues that we get. So we still have mixture of online, and during the COVID period, we invested a lot in this online lectures and learning facilities. So we still want to maintain some level of virtual, but it's still going to be very interactive. At the back of also the challenges that a lot of you may be facing, it reduced the expenses. Instead of you to pay so much money to stay here for 13 weeks, you probably have to pay for maybe 4 weeks, 5 weeks maximum. Then you save the rest of your money. You also maybe still be at work if you want to, whilst you are still doing this as well. So it's actually advantageous also for our students, given the current situation, the pandemic mixed with the economic situation. So we thought through that, okay, I mean, let's see how we can blend it to also relieve our students. So it's not going to be any difference, face-to-face or the virtual. It's not going to be any difference, but it's a mixture. But I can assure you that you will love the virtual equally as you will do with a face-to-face. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Acting Dean. All right, so thank you also, Fred, for bringing this up. We have Horatio. So Horatio, you may speak.
Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Very good. Prof, I hear you and I hear your colleague trying to, let me say, explain, maybe not just for nobody, right? Explain this online thing. But to be very honest with you, and I've had call to express this reservation to your administration team, I think a week or so ago, when I found out that indeed this semester, I think altogether if my calendar is right, we're having only 2 in-person lectures, I think. Of course, I don't have the next semester to know yet. But so clearly, if we're having 2 out of a whole semester, only 2 in-person, respectfully, it cannot be said to be a balanced approach, not by any stretch. But you see, my main issue really is this. I would have thought that, you know, as a duty of care and openness and transparency at the very beginning, this would have been made very clear to participants or applicants. Then you decide for yourself, is something you want to be part of. Because the truth is, yes, we are evolving. I mean, by the way, the COVID excuse there, please, let's drop it now. I beg you. I mean, it doesn't come in at all. Okay, but yes, we are evolving, we are innovating. I accept that. But I feel, at least, my point is that we should have been made aware of that. Then you decide for yourself whether it's something to be part of or not. You know, because the truth is, at this level of graduate studies, Prof, it's not so much the tutorial that some of us are after. It's the engagement. You know, it's the ability to be able to engage my lecturer, my facilitator, my colleague student, you know, while lectures are going on. It's not just to sit down and listen. That these days you can go on YouTube and listen to almost everything, but it's the engagement. And I feel, you know, that is not, that may be lost in this exercise, you know. Even if you're having even 1 or 2 online, yeah, you can accept that. But where only 2 in person, the rest online, honestly, I personally feel disappointed. I must be honest here, you know.
Horatio.
Yeah, I'm here. Go on.
Yeah,
yes,
can you hear me? Yeah. I don't think the virtual, it's not online. Let's get it right. It is virtual lecture. The virtual lecture does not cancel any of the things that you are referring to. When it comes to engaging with your lecturers, it doesn't cancel it. During the COVID, we had, even the undergraduate level, we had virtual lectures. It never canceled out we engaging with our students. It doesn't, number 2, it doesn't cancel out engaging with your mates. In fact, there's going to be group assignments, group discussions. There's going to be study groups as part of your studies. And still, you will still have the opportunity to do all those. Now, if you do a little bit of research about global trend, I mean, we are moving away from having bricks and block universities. Now, every university, for example, Cambridge is going to start coming back face-to-face in 2023 from 2020 during the COVID. Everybody is investing in technology where you can have interactive sessions. Our own neighbors at KNUST, I was there to check. They have invested a lot in virtual technology where you have interaction with your student as if you're in a lecture hall. We are doing the same thing here with this. So I don't think there is anything, and some of us have studied in universities overseas where we have to sit in virtual class. It still doesn't cancel out those interactions that you are making reference to. I think this is a new way, and also it brings along flexibility. And in fact, we actually thought through this, the demand from our students to actually look at how flexible you can be. So somebody don't have to, from Tamale doesn't need to come and rent a 13-week accommodation here and pay 15,000 in addition to their school fees. But rather they can stay in Tamale for maybe most part of it. Okay, most part of their lectures, while they still see me on video, still writing on board and doing all my equations. And they still have the opportunity to ask questions and interact. I still give them group work and they do group presentations. And you have the opportunity to come here, meet us face to face, interact with us. And so we know you. Your exam is going to be sit-in, where you come here on campus and still write your examination. Right. Some of us who have done professional examination like ACCA, we sit somewhere, we did virtual lectures, and you go and do our exam sit-in. It didn't make us lesser chartered accountants. It didn't. So the idea that because you are not sitting in a classroom, break and block classroom, doesn't make it university.
Thank you.
We are doing now. So please, let us take advantage of modern way of learning, modern way of university, the flexibility that UGBS wants to bring on board. If you go to our neighbors here at UGBS, if they have a fully fledged virtual for all their masters, some of their masters program throughout, that is virtual. It doesn't make it less quality. So let us look at the new way of doing things. University of Ghana, we are investing a lot in technology to support our students.
Thank you very much. I think just to add, nobody stops you from coming to campus. So in terms of engaging with the student body, you can arrange.
Very much.
The campus is still accessible to you as a registered student. And so you can still engage all assignments. You may choose to come to campus and work so that physically you get to meet. And I believe for a number of the lecturers who are currently on site, when they are able to arrange physical lessons, you get to meet them. Other than that, when they are available, hopefully over the period of your study, you will meet them in your subsequent semesters. So that should help.
Prof.
At this point, this is the
current. Yeah, so somebody just saying that. Sorry, somebody just saying that for the past 2 years, they have been working virtually, and it doesn't actually make any difference. It's just like they are in person. It's, you say it's no less than in person. I agree with you. Okay, I stay in Ghana, but sometimes we do work remotely and in other countries and doing work for other places. So I don't think it's not a big deal. I don't think it's an issue at all. I think it's a plus, and the universities that are doing this, it's a plus to them for bringing in flexibility and also giving all these challenges that we face in our current times. Yeah, thank you.
Prof. Govi and Prof. Fiado, yes, please, just something quickly. I see a lot of people saying that why were they not informed during the application stage? And I just want to add that, because we had information sessions online like this. Prof. Fiado, if you remember, we had information sessions, and Dean clearly stated all these things during the information session. And so we informed our students way before we applied, because we did information sessions and we went through the session. Yes.
Yeah, so I think that some of them might not be in that information session.
Without doing the information session. So now this is coming on their blind side, but we actually had an information session.
Yes.
So let us the issues. Going forward, we'll be doing more blended, because now we also have applications for people outside of the country, and sometimes we feel then it may not be that fair to force them to fly in. If we can invest in technology to also make them access and even those who living outside of Accra, and for a weekend program they must fly in every weekend, it makes their cost of education much higher. So those were things we were seeking to meet them halfway. Now, for the information session, we did make that available and known to applicants. Now, unfortunately, I believe a few of you could not make it to the information session, for which reason this is now coming up as fresh information. It's never been fresh. It's been there for a while. So I believe beyond Horatio, I think we have Ernest. Can we take from Ernest Ajay?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Ernest, we can hear you.
Okay, please. Please, I made payment last week. That's about a week ago, somewhere around the same time. And then up to now, I've not received any formal admission letter. So it's causing me a little bit of worry. I don't know if my name is officially in the system or I don't know. I'm a little worried. So if you can give me any explanations regarding that, I'll be
No,
very
you
grateful.
shouldn't be worried. Once you had the provisional offer and you have made payments, like I said to someone who also typed, it takes a bit of time to update the system. You know, the bank will take a few more days to give us an update as to who has paid and who has not paid. And then we also have to go through a process of updating the system to now generate your admission letter. So I want to believe that today is Wednesday, maybe by Friday or latest Monday. But once you payments, you're fine. So you could rest assured.
But how do I begin registration if I haven't received the form? Because I believe my PIN and index number and all those things.
Yes. Do you have your PIN and index number?
No, I don't have those yet. I believe they'll be in the admission letter.
Yes, but I'm saying that exactly. But I'm saying that because it is a procedure. Now, if you remember, quite a number of you, when did you receive your provisional admission letter, if I may ask, Ernest?
That was, I think, last 2 weeks, thereabout, also 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so these
2 or 3 weeks ago, yeah.
So these were special. Yeah, so you were, should I call it a group of special admissions that more like the shortlisting group, because we started doing admissions as far back as first week of September. So for those people who went through the initial screening, they have had it. So now it's like the time lag we normally use, which the system, yours is a bit closer because I think a number came and said they were still wanted to apply to be getting on board because officially admissions closed somewhere in September the first time, and then was later reopened. So those are the ones, yes, we are currently dealing with. So most of the September entities who have made payments, yes, have been sorted out. So you will be sorted out. It's for us, unfortunately, in this case, it will be a bit of time for us to resolve that. So be rest assured you will still have it. So you can still start.
Okay. Please, what if I don't get it before lectures begin?
Prof.
It shouldn't affect you. Still come to school. We will resolve.
But when do lectures begin? I don't have any information regarding that at all.
Well, you'll be notified. I think that should be that we are starting the week of 21st, and so I'm sure you will soon receive your timetables and etc. via email. The same format you receive for the orientation, you will get notifications accordingly.
Prof, I want to add that he can submit his receipts of payments to the program office. And then your index number.
Yes. I believe already.
Index number to the program office, and we'll sort him out.
No, he doesn't have an index number because his official admission letter from the portal is yet to be generated.
No, please, I'm a past student of University of Ghana. So I have,
serial number would
my
do.
ID.
Yeah. So serial number would do. Just bring us a serial number. Thank you.
Exactly. Serial number will do it.
Okay.
And the receipts.
Yes.
Okay.
So
please.
do that.
Right.
That will, okay.
Okay, please. All right.
Okay. So now we have J in T. We have J in T. J in T. Okay, J in T is not speaking. We have Fred then. Fred Kelly.
Hello.
Hello.
Prof. Please, regarding the issue of the online program, if I heard one of the co-hosts properly, he was talking about the KNUST also adopting the virtual means of having lectures and stuff like that. I agree with him. But if we have colleagues, or I have colleagues who did their programs at KNUST, But what happened then is that at least the virtual is 50, and then the online is also 50. But in our case, as we are saying right now, the first semester, we are only going to have only a face-to-face for, I think, 2 times. And then the rest of the 12 weeks or the 10 weeks goes for virtual. So yes, technology is good. We agree it is a good thing, but at least a blend of the two would really help us. So it is good we do the virtual, but it is equally good for us to have the face-to-face, because if you look at it, as I said earlier, the face-to-face is only 2 times. I think they say week 2 and week 9, if my memories can serve me right. Week 2 and week 9 is the only time that we get to meet on campus. A colleague was saying that we need to interact with our colleagues. Yes, virtual we will interact, but we don't even get to see each other. We don't even get to know each other. We don't get to connect or create some kind of link between ourselves, where maybe you may need something and you have to call a friend who is a colleague on campus to assist you and all those things. So I believe those are the things we are trying to talk about. So if you can maybe have a look at it, I think it will help.
Oh, Fred, thank you. But let me put it bluntly this way. If the online is not accommodated to a large extent, then you would not be admitted, because at a point, yes, a number of faculty are constrained. They are also outside the country. So we have an option between not admitting anybody at all, and therefore asking that, okay, when the faculty will be physically available, we shall engage the students. That's one option, and that's being outrightly blunt. Secondly,
Okay.
This information was given at the orientation. So what, and then there are people who are in Accra, but this request to a large extent has also come from people who live outside of Accra, and they struggle a lot because, and they always have to come on one Thursday evening, sleep over, and then by Saturday, Sunday, they always have to leave Accra. I get a sense this complaint is coming mostly from those who live in Accra. But then at this point, we are trying to be more,
Prof, I don't stay in
and
Accra.
if possible.
Yes, I don't stay in Accra.
And like I said, nobody stops anyone from coming to campus. Nobody's stopping. So you could decide to come to campus and still engage with your colleagues, but you meet your lecturer virtually. And it's synchronous, meaning that at the same time the lecturing is going on, you get to meet that we've invested in the facility. So except for the physical presence of your lecturer, the student is allowed to do anything. So some decide that they will come to campus and use campus Wi-Fi. Nobody stops them. But then what we are trying to say then is that for those who are unable to accommodate the constant trekking, we are doing a blend. And this is the blend. Now this is semester 1. Maybe when we do a semester 2, a semester 3 and 4 consistently, then this issue comes up. But more importantly, this information was duly made known at the orientation. So we are struggling at the orientation, at the info session that was to answer questions as to how we were going to deal with this. So I think, yes, we are looking for the balance, but also the balance is that faculty needs to find a balance between managing you, and then by January, they also have to manage the incoming undergraduate classes. So it's a balance on all fronts and all stakeholders, including the students. So this is semester 1. If it continues beyond that for semester 2, then okay, oh, it was too much or it's too much, can we do this? But at this point in time, the truth is that if we have, and also lecture in person, good idea. But as it stands now, it is a lecture in person or no lecture at all. So it's an option that we are looking at critically. So either we could manage well and still give them and make sure that nothing is compromised on quality, because people are schooling in Canada. I have a student who schools and she's in Hull University, and the entire program is virtual. So she does it from her room, does every assignment. Now, University of Hull is not a cheap university, but they do it. So the question is the quality constrained? If the quality is not constrained, it's as good as doing a program at University of Leicester and being given an opportunity to do it from your home country. I believe that would not necessarily generate any. So this is semester. Let's take it from here, address the current challenges and constraints on faculty we also have, and then beyond that, we will take it and also address the issues. So yes. So it's not a bad, so that's it's not bad. So what we are saying is that we did communicate. So if by virtue of not hearing, you've applied without all the knowledge, then of course. So at any point in time, campus is truly freely available. Where the need arises, we would make some changes. But these are the current operations under which we would be progressing. So don't worry, you feel free and speak. It is an open, and that's so we also openly declaring the challenges we have. So it's not acting in bad faith. Of course, we also are not trained cowards. So please speak and feel free. Just that at this point, we are trying current challenge which we are trying to fix. And once we fix that, yes, we may then have more of the in-face in person. But given the current circumstances, this is what the offer is on the table.
Okay, Prof.
Yes.
Please, with regards to data.
Yes.
With regards to data, once again, KNUST do provide data for their students for the online program or the virtual. With regards to that, what is going to happen to us?
Well, hello,
I believe
Fred.
that.
Fred.
Hello, Prof.
Yeah. You say if you want to come on campus to use internet facility, you are free to come. If you want to come and, those of you who want to come and stay in Accra, you want accommodation on campus, you want to get one of our accommodation on campus, you are free to get it. You are a full-time UGBS student. It doesn't limit you in any way. So if you want to stay here, come on campus and use our facilities, our internet facilities. We have computer labs. You can come and sit there and have your lectures. You can do that. We don't provide data for students. The reason is that students have access to our campus data. Now, the arrangement we have in place is not an online, we are not running an online course. Other than that, you would have done your examination or assessment online. It's because of the current conditions that we find ourselves in, starting from 2020, of which we are working around. And also, it has to do with demand also from our students that they want some flexibility. Yes, some of you want a fully fledged face-to-face, but I can assure you, if I put it to vote now, you will see a lot of you will opt for this flexibility. We know for sure. And in our advert, if you go back to check, we mentioned that there will be a mix of the blended, a mix of face-to-face and virtual. And let me inform you that we are in process of investing in smart classrooms where students have a choice to come and sit in class, or they can stay anywhere they are and connect to the classroom. Because university students should not be forced to come and sit in a classroom and mark attendance sheet. That is my believing, and this is about 6 universities I'm working for. I mean, and I know for a fact that, look, university students are all-rounded people, so we shouldn't expect them to come and sit in classroom if there is an alternative way of having access to learning. So currently, this university, we are underway in the business school. We want to develop smart classrooms where you can be anywhere and you can join the lecture. You can wake up in the morning in Legon Hall or Commonwealth Hall, and you choose not to come to the classroom. You can stay there then you can connect to the Wi-Fi, or you can be at home and connect, and you are in classroom. That is the way forward. That is how we want to go and use. We are in industry 4.0, so we want to use modern technology. So it is not in any way we been trying to, that somebody said that we are acting in bad faith. It is not true at all. During somebody asked, how did this information session communicated? We advertise our information session. That is where we provide information about our programs and student understanding the process before they apply. We did. Those who join have this information, and those who couldn't make it, that is, I mean, so we are not acting in bad faith at all. And I think you should wait till we start the lectures, and probably you can give us feedback. And like I said, you won't find any difference in our virtual lectures and face-to-face. And like I said, you have every opportunity to come and stay on campus, use campus facilities. You can always, those who want to interact with lecturers, we are always here. You can come, walk on the corridor, knock at our doors, meet us, interact with us. You're going to have your long essay right from the beginning, and you'll be assigned to a supervisor, and that supervisor will be working with you throughout the year. So again, you're going to have a relationship with your supervisor. So I don't think there is any cause for you to be worried at all. It shouldn't be an issue at all. Right. Thank you. Yes, Prof. Yado.
Okay, yeah, so I think that's so clearly, like it has been said, systems are being put in place so you can actually come to campus. So the entire class can choose to come to campus, and the only person who might not be physically present will be the instructor, and therefore deliver through the virtual platform. So in that case, wherever the faculty is at any point, and that's what we are hoping to achieve. So there will be no wahala. In fact, and maybe you may want to engage previous students who have gone through the virtual and find out from them. In fact, that is part of where the motivation came that we need to go. For some of them, they were blessed because getting time off work and even driving to campus sometimes was a challenge for them. So they said it was working. So this is in response partly to that, but don't worry. The audio, so yes, a lot of things are working on. So where you think your internet may not be the best, please do come and use the campus internet. It's quite stable and it does the work for you. So the challenge is the 50-50. So it was never stated that it would be a 50-50. It said blended, and blended can be a lot of blends. So anyway, all right. To him. I know that for some it works and some it may not work. So can we have Rita Ada?
Hello. Yes. Good evening.
Hello, Rita.
Yes.
Good evening.
I think the virtual works perfect, and it's a blend, so it's okay. The problem is probably where you have technical challenges joining the class and being in the class and you're off and all that. I think that's the difficulty with this whole discussion because you are expected
normally
to
we do
give
record
them.
the lesson. We do record the lessons, so students get access to the recorded lessons after each session.
So,
yeah.
So that's perfect. My challenge, I think you have, yeah, the first one was the technical issue. The second is the email. This orientation was supposed to be sent to our email addresses, personal email, because the school email addresses are not activated yet. But I didn't get it. I had to come to campus on yesterday, and I met one of the guys at the front desk who took my number and sent to me on WhatsApp. So I think on that point, it's a bit not because I don't know what
so,
I've missed.
Kwame, can we just set them up and find a way to have a link shared with them through a bulk XML so that they can all get an access to the link that gives them one way or the other? We should fix this immediately, so that should be fine. Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll fix that so you don't have those kind of challenges.
Okay, and then I hear some of my colleagues are talking about timetables and all that. I haven't had anything except what the guy sends me, the link for today and tomorrow's orientation. I don't have any other thing. And then another thing, yeah, so that's the timetable. The timetable, I've registered for the regular, I'm a regular student, and I don't have anything except what, yeah, I got on my admission letter, and then this information I got from the front guy yesterday. That's all.
All right. So yes, we will fix that as quickly as possible. And then I see a Kia entry. So Kia.
Hello, Prof. Good evening. Okay, for me, likewise, Rita, I have received the admission letter, but unfortunately, I'm unable to register because the feedback is saying that I'm not permitted to use that option. And also the email, I cannot set up the email as well. So that is a challenge. Besides that, I've received the schedules for the class and then the lectures, orientation and everything, but I'm unable to register and set up the email, please.
Okay, all right. So
Prof.
Somebody will reach out and.
Prof, let me quickly respond.
So you send an email with the material. Yes, please. Okay.
Prof, when you pay your fees, you put about 48 hours, 48 working hours for the system to open for you to do your registration. I think she didn't wait for that time before she went to do the pro. That is why she got that message. But she just be patient. The system will open up for her to continue with the rest of her registration.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you who have paid, you don't have a problem. Within the week of this, ending this week and next week, we'll definitely solve all your problems. So do not panic yet. So someone say if you pay 6, it depends on the program and what the fee per semester is. If the fee per semester is such that your 6,000 is more than half of the needed amount, then you could. And then Emmanuel, also a child. For some of you, I have a particular one even on my desk currently. They did apply, but even in filling out their name, somehow, whether accidentally or not, they wrote their name in a format that makes their first name their last name. So let's say somebody is called Mugiz something or Abdul Ahmed Mohammed. So his Mohammed is the surname, and in filling the form some way somehow he wrote the full name as Abdul Ahmed Mohammed when it should have been Mohammed Abdul Ahmed. So yes, he gets a provisional because the 3 names reflect as they would be on the original transcript. However, in generating the formal admission letter, the system is struggling. So the system keeps on dropping this person. And for this particular one, it came to my attention yesterday and we tried to find out why the system kept dropping, only to realize that the system was not taking the sequence of the name that had been provided, because the new sequence would mean that the certificate will be issued with Abdul now as the surname and Mohammed as a first name, when in reality the name is Mohammed Abdul Ahmed. So these are a few challenges here. So you may want to send an email to the program office and also copy the coordinator. Normally, when you get an email from the program office, you would have a list of coordinators at the bottom of the email. So you may want to copy the coordinators as well, so that your peculiar problem, because the 1 year program, for example, or the special programs office deals with a number of programs. So if you could send an email, but then copy the particular program coordinator you're dealing with, then it is much easier to have the coordinator also keep a second eye and see to it that your problems are resolved. So yes, for the person who it is, all they kept on saying, go back into the system, your name is correct, until it was clear that he's been trying. So we had to do a troubleshooting, and it emerged that it was a sequence the system didn't want and was not taken. So yes, you have a few cases like that who have been done more than 2-3 weeks, some even a month, and they keep on going back until we've gone back to find out why the system keeps on rejecting, and this is what has emerged. So yes, we do have a few cases like that, but you will be admitted. In fact, you have been admitted, you have made your payment. The main challenge is to get the system to accept your name in the right format so you could register, and we will resolve that. So that should not keep you too stressed, okay? All right, so now timetable, yes, it'll be shared with you. I believe the program office has taken notes immediately. Notice will be shared accordingly, whether via a link to the website or something, so you could easily get it. Someone says he's from Sierra Leone, so virtual is okay. So the only challenge is having a system that permits the system to do registration. Okay, we will see to that, Abari. So a number of things have been shared, but I think some people have been missed out. So if you've been missed out, please send an email to the office in question, and then in the subject line indicates maybe non-receipt or typo, or just say request for timetable. Put your request as the subject heading so that it's easy to apportion who is to get timetable and who has a problem. So always make sure that the subject line for your email is also very clear, so that it's very easy to know who to shoot the email to. If it means not being able to open up immediately, the subject line tells whose desk we need to put that to, instead of having to open and then read. Okay, so John, what do you want to say to us, John?
Okay, good evening, Prof. I have two issues. Number one had to do with the lecture mode. I also have the same concerns. I thought you're going to have in-person lectures, but from the explanation you've given so far, it seems nothing can be done about it. So we only have to adjust. But I pray that the next semester, at least, we would have more in-person lectures. That's my first concern.
The networking bits have we'll deal with the networking bits.
Oh yes, exactly. We would have a lot of.
I think that means you should have more cocktails, right?
That's one. The second issue had to do with my course registration. In fact, I had a lot of issues, but eventually it went through. However, I selected one more course which I intentionally did not want to. So I don't know how we go, how to deal with that one. I was supposed to select 4, but after going back and forth, the network was not that good for me. So after going through the system, it's one extra course was added. I tried to uncheck it. It didn't work out for me.
So you need to take that off. Okay, so you need to take that off, right?
Yes, please.
Prof, please let John contact the program office. We'll sort him out. Thank you.
Okay, so I think that is all.
Yeah. So every challenge you have, kindly send an email with the right.
Ideally, yes, send an email.
Office. They will be swift.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. So some of you are seeing the cohorts. You keep on seeing cohorts. Cohorts means that we also working to ensure that at any point in time, you do not have too many students in a class, because that also then affects interactiveness, etc. So what we have done is that we are trying to limit the number of students a group, so that you don't have more like a political rally in your class. And so in that regard, when you see a cohort, it just means one group. Yes, because when you have a political rally, it means that there's really no interaction, no engagement. So as part of efforts to ensure that the lessons are very interactive, we can engage, except for the fact that maybe we're not physically present, but we could have a full set of engagements. Class sizes are being kept relatively small. So when you see a cohort just means group 1, group 2, group 3. So you deal with the same course content, same everything, except that in some cases you may be taught by different lectures. But other than that, course content, exam and everything is the same. And so what here? In terms of regular students having virtual classes, yes, very possible. And then I believe the instructor in question will reach out to the respective classes to resolve any extra nuances they may want to engage with. So that's for the cohort. So when you have any problem, please immediately send an email to the program office and make sure that the issue is adequately reflected in the subject line so that it can be dealt with. Okay, now I think we have a day, and next a day.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity. My question is just simple, and I would like to ask my question in this way. I want to find out how the groupings were done. In regards to the timetable that I have here, I think I can see MBAI, and which I think it has also been grouped again in group 1, group 2, and group 3, all the way to group 4. I want to understand how the groupings were done and which group would you know you belong to. That will help you match up with a timetable and all. I would like to get some explanation based on that. Thank you very much.
The groupings are typically, barring any, they are typically done on ID numbers. So you may find an ID number 1 to 50. So the program office will definitely share an updated list with you to tell you that, okay, ID number 1005 something something up to 1007 something belongs to cohort 1. And then from 1077 900 and something belongs to cohort 2, all the way to 200, something like that. So typically they are done on ID numbers, and so the ID numbers send their request to UGBS weekend. The line for your email is also very clear, so that it's very easy to shoot the email to if it means not being able to open up immediately. The subject line tells whose desk we need to put that to, instead of having.
Yeah, Prof. Yado, unmute yourself. I think John unmuted and it was,
okay. Yeah. So, all right. So that we have. So now that means that you can send to UGBS weekend at ug.edu.gh, and like I said, make sure that the subject line is very clear so we can immediately and swiftly address the problems. I think I see Amma Mockley. Amma Mockley.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Okay. My name is Samuel Mensah. No, I'm using my web laptop. That's all. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Please, what I want to say is that if you can notify us, if we have lectures the next day, you can notify us that maybe you have lectures tomorrow, so that we'll all get used to it. Because as it stands, we don't know the time we are starting lectures. Most of us don't have the timetable. So if you can notify us that, oh, tomorrow you have lectures by this time, and I think in a month we'll all get used to it. Okay. And secondly, I think I wanted to do the masters, I think 2 years ago, but I decided not to do it because of the virtual issue. And from the look of things, you can see all my colleagues are saying that they want the in person. So I think you can have a look at it again, because imagine me working at the place and it's virtual, it will not be interesting. And I think if we can have a look at it again, so that maybe the next academic year, maybe we can do something about it. Yeah, thank you.
All right. In terms of the communication, most of us, there will be a WhatsApp platform for each of the cohorts, more like a dashboard or a notice board to the page. And then out of that, all necessary notifications will be put on, and then you would get information accordingly. So yes, be on the lookout. We'll try and make sure that the WhatsApp, I think there's a WhatsApp link that has been shared, and all information pertaining to communication is shared there. So yes, there's a WhatsApp link going around. So kindly be on the lookout. I believe, Abna, if you're online, or whoever should kindly make available. So be on the lookout for your particular program so that you can join the right page as well. So be a bit attentive so you don't join the wrong grouping. And then, yes, there are quite a number of special programs here. So once, okay, so that's for the WhatsApp. I believe you'll be updated also through your emails as well. So, okay, yes, the link. So Sekwe says the link was shared via email. So please be on the lookout. If you have not received it, then please send an email and indicate WhatsApp group, for example, in the email. Then we know that your problem is a WhatsApp link, and then you'll be sorted accordingly. Yes. So now we have Francis.
Yeah. Hi, Prof. All right. Thank you. I just want to commend you for this opportunity, right? And I just want also to tell my colleagues that I think the online is good. It's perfect. The world has changed to an extent that now things has gone to, things has become, I mean, we do things online every day, day in, day out. So we shouldn't be like we want to go for physical class. Or I've done a couple of courses from outside Ghana. I sat here in my office. When I close, you just sit here, do what you want to do, right? So I think it's the best thing from University of Ghana. The whole world, people, other countries are doing it. So we should just go by what University of Ghana are trying to start with us. And as time goes on, I mean, everybody will be okay if you want to do 20 courses in a year or whatever you want to do. If you have the money, you can just do it. When you close from where you won't even need to rise car, or you drive yourself to University of Ghana for lectures. You don't do that. Someone can be staying in Kumasi or Northern region, still be having lectures. So I just want to tell my colleagues over here that, look, it's good. The world has totally changed. And this is a graduate course. You shouldn't rush like you want to come for physical class. You should just calm down. And the other one is, I saw we have 3 elective courses to the 4, and you will select only one. Do we still have the opportunity to select 2 from the elective courses?
Francis, it will be good if you make reference to which program, because all programs are not the same.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So where we said I have like 5-6 programs I'm holding here, which one are you referring to?
Yes, I'm doing MSc Development Finance.
Okay, so Prof. Yado will answer that question. But
so
I think
typically you have to do one. The reason you do one is because the lectures start Thursday evening, Friday evening, and then the whole of Saturday. So the slots are limited in terms of time availability to choose more than one. And so that's the other challenge because of the nature of the weekend because the students also at a point complain staying very late on campus. So that also then gives rise to the need then to have them choose out of the number of electives available, as opposed to being able to choose more than one, even though quite a number of them may be appealing and worth pursuing. So that's the challenge for now.
Oh, okay, so at the moment we can only choose one.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And then somebody is asking how many courses you're supposed to register for. Typically for the master's level, you'll be doing between 15 to 18 credit hours per semester. So you may want to check which particular program you are on, and therefore, and that brings me to one thing that you should note. For a number of you, I would recommend that at this point that you are officially admitted, pending those who may just have to correct or get issues resolved with their admission letters and get their ID numbers. Officially, you have been admitted. So I would encourage you to visit the University of Ghana website and then look for the Graduate Studies Handbook. It gives you further details about what your rights and privileges are, and also your responsibilities as students. So it will give you a sense of, one, how many courses you're supposed to do for certain programs, what constitutes a pass, and let's say, for example, how many C's you can afford to have during the program, because when you have a certain number of C's, beyond a certain number of C's, your grade point, whilst a C is a pass, for example, your grade point falls below a required minimum average, which means that even though you have passed, in quotes, you cannot graduate because your grade point has fallen below the minimum required for graduation. So please, I will encourage you at this point to also get the university website and read the master's or the graduate handbook and acquaint yourself accordingly, so that you do not find yourself wanting at the tail end of the program. But more importantly, the details per course will come from the program office. So if you are still not clear, please just send notice and make a request for maximum credit hours to be done. It ranges between 15 to 18. So depending on which course it is you have, yours may be the 15 or maybe an 18. So that's, yeah. And then who else have I not? I think there's Kate. Or before Kate, I think I have Akama Muniru. Akama Muniru. Okay, Akama Muniru is not talking, then let's go to Kate for now. So Kate.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
Hi, please can you hear me?
Yes, very clearly.
Okay. All right. I wanted to ask a very quick question. I think during the registration of the courses, there was for finance, MBA finance, there was a course organizational behavior and management or something like that. I think at the point I was registering, though I saw two of them, but their course codes were different. And I think mistakenly I picked both, but they had different course code. I wanted to find out if there is something I have to do to make those corrections, or I should maintain them as that.
Yes. So send an email with the necessary details into document. The program office, they will help you resolve that. So anything that is maybe you're registering, you ended up with two courses or a wrong course on your sheets. Maybe you're supposed to register, because sometimes, let's say you have a course like seminar, even if you're doing an MBA and you happen to need to do seminar, for example, for some of you, the seminar that you do, even though it reads seminar, the seminar for management and administration has a different course code to the seminar. So if you don't take care and all you see is seminar, you may actually be picking a marketing seminar or an accounting seminar as opposed to a development finance seminar, and it goes on and on. So I will encourage you to just send an email to the program office, indicate the problem like you have, and then request for assistance to resolve that, so that they take the redundant cost off your portal. That should help. Then I think I have the last person I think I see is Ken Jampo, I think, if I'm right. So I hope, Kate, your problem is resolved. So just send an email, they'll help you solve that. More education than Sakai. Oh, don't worry, Sakai is learning by doing. So all you need for now is to get access to your ID and PIN code. And then as we move on, you're going to definitely, should I say, master it. And we'll have short videos that have been done already being circulated so that you can acquaint yourself even from the comfort of your home. Yeah. So Ken Jampo. Someone says he sees breakfast and lunch.
Hello, bro.
Yes. Yes. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Okay. I just want to thank you for all that you are doing, and then the only thing I want to ask you is assurance that this online thing, anytime you want to access it, you won't have hitches here and there. But this, when we started the presentation and you wanted to join from the Zoom, they said it has reached its maximum participants. So it took us a long time before we could join. We lost a lot of things. So I just want an assurance from you that henceforth, anytime you want to join anything, everything will be smooth. There will be no problem for us. And then the online courses too is also good for us. So that's it. Thank you.
Oh, you shouldn't have to. I think this was supposed to be the streaming segment as well. So it was actually live streaming on YouTube. I think maybe
initially we didn't know it was on YouTube. So we were trying to join from the Zoom, this thing that they gave us. And we had a lot of problems from there. So later that he gave us another link, YouTube link, and then we joined from there. That time a lot we missed a lot. So I want to thank you for everything.
Thank you. You get the record. Equia, I think I am in your case, if you can send an email to the program office, let's follow up to say, I know that sometimes you get to keep your ID. In my case, during my master's, they couldn't seem to regenerate my ID. My original ID wouldn't accept me back in the system. So I got a new one. So let's find out if it can be corrected. If not, then it means you get 2 IDs to show that you were here twice. So I believe you can link your school email with a number of accounts. It's all about your capacity for IT. I think that is doable. But I think at this point, we will have to wrap up and hopefully address, and their emails. So at any point, if you have any challenge, just reach out by email to any one of us, and we will definitely assist as quickly as we can in the best way possible. We're actually looking forward to making sure that your stay with us at the business school is enjoyable and it's something that you remember in a while to come. So thank you so very much. And barring anything, I want to believe Acting Dean, anything you want to say?
Yeah, thank you, Prof. Yado. Thank you very much for coming. I think it's been insightful, and we've taken on board all those comments and your questions that we feel that we can further consider and take things from there. Be assured that we are here to make your study and your learning a very enjoyable one. We are here to provide you with education. Anything less than that is not acceptable. So let us know, give us feedback, especially right from the beginning. Our doors are always open. We have our administrative staff, our assistant registrars, school administrators office, the programs. All the programs also have a programs office. Please be in touch. The department, we are 6 departments. We are always on standby to support you. Let us know whichever way we can support you. And we're looking forward to see you next week, Monday, as we start lectures next week, Monday. Those of you who still don't have the timetable, we are going to circulate the timetable all over, again, on the WhatsApp platforms, to your emails. So make sure you have them extract your own courses that you have to do. I mean, make your own arrangement the way that you can easily remember, so that you'll be in all the lectures. We wish you all the best. Have a good evening, and thank you for coming.
Thank you, and have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.